I switched to my medium bit. I'm not even going to use the fine bit on this. And one thing I wanted to mention, it's just good to get in the habit of marking one point that represents the orientation of your inlay, because this is probably symmetrical all the way around, but some inlays are not. And so you always want to make sure when you test your inlay channel that you use the same side up and the same thing at the top and so forth. The one thing I'm going to do when I get to the points of the stars, I'm going to actually go through, because otherwise the star is going to hang up at the points. I'm cleaning up and straightening my straight lines. I always look for little areas that are inside the white line, because that obviously needs to go. And one of my rules for myself is if I find a problem, I do that one thing only and then check again. Sometimes it's hard to figure out exactly what's going on, but when you rock the piece of pearl, you can see where the pivot point is, and then that's usually something that has to be cut. Now, here's an example of why a white pencil line is better than a scribed line, because by now, if I had scribed lines, they would have disappeared. I wouldn't know what's going on, but here I have the thickness of the white line showing me sort of where I'm at. Voila. Okay, so my star is in the channel. I made some ebony dust on my disc sander, and I'm going to take a pinch of it and just work it in where you can see little tiny discrepancies in the channel. And I like to use cyanoacrylic glues. I got this little pipette. And the nice thing about it is it's quick acting, and it goes into the channel, and I believe it's getting drawn in by capillary action. So it fills the channel nicely, and I believe it's actually getting sucked in under the star as well. And I think that, at least I hope, that my little dust particles are flowing into those channels along with the glue. I used to use epoxy. It works well. Two things I don't like about it: it's not as clear as cyanoacrylic, and also, it can look kind of grayish. And the other problem is that it takes a long time to cure, or if you use the quick curing stuff, sometimes it's even more opaque than the other stuff. The other great thing about cyanoacrylic glues is that you can use the accelerator and just give it a little shot, and you can actually watch it set up, and it sets up in just a few seconds, really. Drill presses have two kinds of stop mechanisms. One looks like sort of a wheel with two thumb screws that you adjust. I find those really annoying and hard to deal with. This is a very simple, straightforward way. So I'm going to make a basic setup to drill my dot holes. And the first one may be wrong, but I'll keep adjusting until I get it right, and then I won't have to worry about each one. So I've got a 1/4-inch brad point drill. That's too deep. Oops. So I can adjust this. I can adjust this down to get less depth. And try again. The one that was too deep I can fill with a little bit of dust and so forth. That's a bit shallow, so I can come up here and adjust again, just slightly. A little bit too shallow. And that's good. So good I can't get my dot out. Putting dots in each position. This one up here, remember, is a little bit too deep, I mean. So I'm going to take some dust, throw it in there, make sure it's riding high enough. These are all, I always run my finger over to make sure that they're just a little bit above, because otherwise it's no good. Okay, so then I go back with my CA glue, do the same thing, just put a little bead around, and I can watch it disappear into the channel. And I believe it's, like I said, capillary action pulling that in. And just do each one. And I like to just make sure they're all down. Okay, and I can go back with my trusty accelerator. And in a minute, I'll be ready to sand that down. So I just got to keep going until all that glue disappears. The dots are already pretty much done.